A lot of traders are still finding it very hard to become profitable consistently. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a simple trading strategy that you guys can use to become profitable and be able to do it consistently. So without further ado, let's get this video started. To use this strategy, we're only going to be focusing on our highs and our lows because of our positions. Now, also, we're going to be using one indicator, and in this video, in this strategy, we're going to be using the 200 EMA because the 200 EMA is absolutely the best moving average indicator that you guys can ever use or that you will ever find out there. And the 200 EMA is usually for long-term trends. That's what the 200 EMA usually is used for. So we're going to be using the 200 EMA for this strategy. Now, using the 200 EMA, there are some rules that we need to follow. So we're going to add the 200 EMA here. Now, to use the 200 EMA, you go to indicators to add it onto your chart, and you search for EMA. You search for EMA and you see it here is the moving average exponential. You add that to your chart, and then once you're done, you click on settings. You click on settings and you go to style, you go to inputs, you change the length to 200, and for the style you can use whatever color you want. Once you're done, you click on OK. Now, using the 200 EMA, when price is above the 200 EMA, we're only looking to take a buy position. And when price is below the 200 EMA, we're looking to take a sell position. Now, but before we get into any positions at all, we also need to figure out our support and resistance, or you can call it your highs and your lows. Now, if we look at this sell position here, if we look at this sell trade right here to the right hand side, now before we can get into a sell position, rule number one, we need price to close, to break and close below the 200 EMA. Now, once we have that first confirmation, the second confirmation is to wait for a retest towards our previous support, turn resistance, or for price to actually reject the 200 EMA. Whichever one you guys set up, you guys see, you can take a sell position. Now, but in this case, we can see that we have previously a zone here. If we look at this to the left hand side, we can see that price resistance became support here. Now we have this rejection here, making this a support zone. Now what price did, price broke the 200 EMA and then break and close the 200 EMA, and then we can see price pulling back and retested the previous support resistance turn support zone right here. Now what you can do for your entry is you wait for this bearish candle to close. Once this bearish candle close and we have price below the 200 EMA, then you have your sell position right here. You have your sell position here, and your stop loss is going to be above the previous zone, and let's say we're just going to target 25 pips as our stop loss. Now for our take profit, what I have to do is to look to the left hand side and look for where we have the next rejection, which is going to be our support zone. In this case, we have our support zone right over here. Now what we can do now is this is going to be our take profit target, and we will have our take profit target all the way here, and we're looking at 86 pips here for our take profit. Now for some of you, I know some of you, you're only looking to get 20 pips or 30 pips or 50 pips. Now if that's your target, all you have to do is to just, look for your 20 pips. You have your 20 pips right here. We have 20 pips here, 20 pips. If you're looking for 30 pips, we have 30 pips here. If you're looking for 50 pips, you have your 50 pips right here. Or what you can do is to just simply target this zone all the way down here, and then as price keeps moving in your direction, you just keep moving your stop loss and you keep trading your stop loss. And also I advise you also take partial profits, at least 50%, but I usually like to take more than 50%, but always make sure you take at least 50% of your of your profit, and then you move your stop loss and you keep trading your stop loss from there. So this is how you use this strategy to get into a sell position here. Now we're going to look for a buy position. So we're going to look for a buy position. Now we can use this buy, so we'll just use this buy right here. We'll just use this right here. Now to get into a buy position, we need price to be above the 200 EMA. Or what you can do, because I recommend only trade during your session. So if you trade New York sessions, only trade during the New York session, and if you trade London sessions, only trade during the London session. And one trade that I like to use when it comes to trading sessions is the party trading sessions. To use this indicator, you go here to indicators, you search for party, PATI, and it's going to pop up. Once you see it, you click on it, you add it onto your chart, and you go here to settings. And if you trade London session, you click on London. If you trade New York session, you click on New York session. I like trading during the New York session. That's why I have my New York session checked. Now for your input, you have to figure out your own time zone, and then you click on New York session or London session, and once you're done, you click on OK. Now, since we're only looking to trade during the New York session, now what we need to do is we need to make sure price is above the 200 EMA. Now we need to look for our zone. We can see that previously, before the New York session opened, we had this zone here. Our resistance zone was right over here, and if we look to the left, we should see a rejection as well. Yeah, there we go. So now, previously we had resistance here, resistance became support, and we had another resistance here. Now for this position, we're looking to take our buy position during the New York session. Now before the New York session opened, we'll be anticipating to see either a bullish continuation, or we see price dropping below the resistance and hopefully dropping and closing below the 200 EMA. Then we would have been looking for a sell position. But in this case, now we have this zone here. Now we wait for price to break out above our resistance zone, which already happened during the London session. So we wait to see a pullback, a retest, and price. We tested this zone, this bearish candle came down, we tested our previous resistance. Now we'll have our entry at this second bullish candle, because we always have to wait for our first candle to close before we get in a position. Now we'll have our stop loss right below the 200 EMA here, and we're looking at 30 pips. Now for my take profit, we always trading from zone to zone. I say this every time. When we trading from zones to zones. So my take profit is going to be, I'll have my take profit right here at the previous high, previous resistance. Now my take profit target, we're looking at about, let's see how many pips this is. We're looking at We're looking at 41 pips, stop loss 30 pips, risk reward ratio 1 to 3, and as you guys can see, this trade was actually a winner. We got our take profit smashed. So guys, I hope you guys found value in this video. If you found value in this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification so you guys don't miss any of my future videos. And if you guys want access to my trading community on Discord, the link is going to be down below in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace and love.